Keep on rocking in the
free world.
Keep on rocking in the free world.
Alright, so I would say the easiest way to avoid the police while you're living in your RV, especially in a city, now this should go without saying, is very simple. Don't have interactions with the police in the first place. Alright, now this is gonna just hark back a little bit to the video I put up just a couple days ago talking about stealth vans and stealth camping and trying to avoid hassles. And it really all comes back to how you appear to the public. It's not the police that you should ever be worried about. All these people living this lifestyle or wanting to get into it, they're always asking questions about the police, how to avoid the police. What do you say to the police? They're really attacking the wrong issue here. You shouldn't be thinking about the police. You should be thinking about why the police would be knocking on your door in the first place. And here's a newsflash. It's not because you're living in your van. It's because somebody called in and complained about you living in your van. So you should be worried about the people doing the calling, not the person wearing the badge. The vast majority of police officers don't give a rat's ass if you live in your van. A lot of them love it. Hell, I have a whole bunch of cops, ex-cops and current officers who are viewers of this channel, and they always like to chime in with their comments, and that's great. I used to be more, you know, against the man, quote unquote, and always thinking the police were out to get you. And it's, you know, you grow up and you realize it's simply not the case. Yes, there are some bad apples wearing badges, but the same goes for anybody, including bad apples living in their RVs too. So why do the police show up? Because somebody complains. So that's really who you need to worry about. And I mentioned this in that last video there. It's very important that that other people don't perceive you as being a problem, a risk, or a homeless bum or anything like that. And that's why it's vital to be careful where you park, how long you park there, and what your vehicle looks like. And to me, it's no surprise that the police get called on people that are sneaking into their plain white unmarked cargo vans late at night, because someone's bound to see you do that eventually, and of course they're going to call the police because that looks damn weird. I mean, I'd probably call the police if I was a homeowner and I saw that on the street in front of my house. Whereas somebody parking there in their RV, it's plainly obvious they're living in it, and there's, you know, they're not hiding anything. That's not really a threat. So, yes, there are going to be some jurisdictions and some places where the police might be looking for people living in their vans, but they're the exception, not the rule. And if you're in an area where that's the case, where the police are looking for you even though they didn't get a complaint, just because you're living in your van, that's because that area has had so many complaints. So it all goes back to the people making the complaints, not the police themselves. So if they've been directed by the city or the town or whatever it is to search out and destroy the van dwellers, there's a reason for that. It's not just because they want to be jerks towards people living in their RVs. Come on, give me a break. So to avoid the police, be kind to your fellow citizens. Be respectful of your fellow citizens and put yourself in their shoes. Try to understand how they're going to react if they see you park for weeks on end on their street or whatever the case is. It really comes down to that, and it's really that simple. So if the police do knock on your door, of course, again, always be respectful there too. Show your ID. I would never hide the fact I live in my RV. I just straight up would say, hey, this is my house. And Oh, I'm sorry, officer, I didn't know I could park here. I mean, just, if they ask you to move on, you move on. It's simple as that. I love it when people ask, well, what do you do when someone knocks on your door? I'm like, well, wait a minute. You live in a house or an apartment. What do you do when someone knocks on your door? You probably look to see who it is and then decide whether or not to answer the door, right? So the moral of the story here is just be respectful all around, and it will come back to you. If you're not respectful, it will come back to you in the wrong ways. Karma is a bitch. So just remember, police officers are human beings too. And if you treat them with respect, you generally will get the respect back. Yes, there are exceptions to every rule. There are some bad cops out there, but I mean, that's the same of any profession. And you got to remember too, they're coming up to a van late at night because they got a complaint, especially if it's a creepy, sketchy looking van. They're gonna obviously be a little bit defensive. And you know, that's part of their job. So, you know, I'm not here trying to sympathize with the ridiculous laws and people that don't understand our lifestyle and want us to keep moving on. But if you're getting hassled a lot and you're having to deal with the police all the time, it's most likely because of you and your own attitude and the way you present yourself in the world. How you project yourself is how you're going to get it back. And that's true for so many things in life. So just be nice. And you know what? You'd be surprised how much better your life will end up being. I'm just incredible. That's my opinion. And I live in a van because it's fucking rad.
You're watching Just Incredible TV.
Want to see more? Become a patron and see exclusive content. Plus, see new, just incredible videos before anyone on YouTube. Head over to patreon.com/JCredTV and keep on rocking in the free world.